Come on, everybody, gather around. It's story time.
Story time. Fun. This is Lee.
This is Joe.
And this is the Perpendicular Universe. All right, Lee. I am afraid you very well may not like this episode.
Ooh.
In fact, you all might be very afraid of this episode. We're going to play a little game. I'm going to give you the names of some phobias. Some of you probably have these phobias if you're a very phobic person. So, are you ready?
Ready?
All right, here we go. First one, logphobia.
Logophobia? L-O-G? Log?
L-O-G.
Obviously, this is the fear of trees that have fallen down in the woods. I mean, that's easy. Log phobia. You're scared of the tree. It fell down. It's a log. Ah!
Side note, if a tree falls in the wood, it does make a sound.
Yeah.
But you're wrong.
Stupid question.
And I must clarify, some of these I very well may pronounce wrong. Sometimes I don't use words good. I'm afraid of them. I have logphobia.
Oh, wait, the fear of words?
The fear of words.
How do you tell somebody you have that?
You don't tell them.
I think
you don't tell
that's
them.
Tough.
They would never. No one else would ever know you had this fear because you'd be afraid of words. It doesn't specify here. I haven't done any research on this. I wonder if that's only the fear.
Do research.
I wonder if that's only the fear of spoken words, or if they
can you write them down?
Right. Like
I fear words. Okay.
All right. Bogeyphobia.
Bogeyphobia. This is the fear that you have a little booger hanging out. Like you got a little bogey and you're like, oh, I got a little bogey. You're scared of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is definitely the fear of bogeys.
Okay.
Or the bogeyman.
The bogeyman?
The bogeyman.
Would that not be like the boogeyman?
Tomato.
All right. The bogeyman.
All right. Now, this one could be just a little misleading by the sound of it. Electrophobia.
Oh,
wait. Electorophobia.
Electorophobia.
Yes, and that's Alectorophobia.
Electorophobia.
Electorophobia.
This is fear of women named Alexis, obviously. I mean, it couldn't be any more clear. So if someone named Alexis comes around, you're like, I fear you. You're Alexis, and you're the thing that I have a phobia of.
If you had a fear of someone based on their name, it'd be a chicken.
Is it a fear of chickens?
Fear of chickens.
I'm glad I don't fear chickens because I really like to eat chickens. Does it count if they're cooked?
I don't know.
Fried chickens.
That's interesting.
They're my favorite kind. I like the fried kind.
All right. Sciophobia, and that's S-C-I-O or sciophobia maybe.
Sciophobia. It's fear of Comic-Con. You show up at Comic-Con, you see all the sci-fi stuff, and you're like, I can't handle this. There's Firefly characters over here, and I'm freaking out.
Firefly. Good reference.
Thanks.
You're actually right.
No, I'm not.
No, you're not.
I was like, really? Seriously?
No. You actually, if you suffer from sciophobia, that means you're afraid of shadows.
Afraid of shadows. That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Now, I think this is probably one that a lot of kids have. At least in movies and stories, you see kids being portrayed in the dark and shadows over there and shadows on the wall. Look like something that they're not. So that one might actually be somewhat common.
A little more common. Yeah, I mean that kind of makes sense, I guess.
AULO. Allophobia.
Allophobia.
I'm not sure how that's pronounced, but it's AULO.
It's AULO. So if it's AU, I'm thinking like you fear everything from Australia. You fear all things Australian. No. Oh. You fear air instruments that don't exist.
Yes. Almost. Flutes. That's my impersonation of a flute.
That was
because I never played flute,
obviously.
And I'm assuming that you really would move like this, but
no. Especially considering a flute is like to the side kind of thing more.
Now this one you're gonna like.
I like the others.
This one you're really, really gonna like.
All right.
Okay. This one is euphobia.
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 Well, I mean, it's the fear of Hubert. It's the fear of Europe, or Hubert. It's the fear of Hubert from Europe.
No, this is when you're scared of the gospel, or maybe not the gospel specifically.
Okay.
A little hint for you there.
Are you afraid of the Bible? I don't understand.
No, less specific. What's the gospel? The greater or wonderful are the feet of those that bring the what?
Good news?
The good news. Euphobia is fear of good news.
Fear of good news?
Yes.
Of all the things you could fear, good news. You know what? I think I've heard this one before, to be honest with you. Yeah, pretty sure I've heard that one before. It's strange.
So I'm going to go to work, and my boss is going to attempt to tell me I'm getting a raise.
Hey, man, great news.
No.
Hey, dude. No, look, I got some good news for you.
I don't want to hear it.
But it's great news. I mean, this is really awesome. Look.
No.
Okay.
Look, I almost worked up tears. Almost.
That's pretty good.
Okay. I wasn't even trying to do that.
He has this disease.
Okay. Metrophobia. This one is ridiculous.
Metrophobia. This is the fear of people who dress nicely. Nicely?
No, let me go ahead and give you a little bit of a hint, and it's not going to help you at all.
Okay.
This is the fear of an emotion towards an art form.
That makes. I feel like I could have gotten closer had I not known.
That's a hint. It's more specific. It's the fear of hatred of poetry.
The fear of hatred of poetry.
The fear of hatred of poetry.
Tell us the name of that one more time.
Metrophobia.
So this is like if somebody's going to be on stage reciting some poetry, they might have this because they're afraid that somebody's going to hate it. Is that what?
Maybe so. Maybe that would be more common for the actual poet. It would kind of be sort of silly to be afraid of someone of hating poetry. Hey, man.
I hate poetry. Whoa, back up.
So I'm reading some poetry. I hate it. Ah! All right, moving on. That was pretty obvious. Pedophobia.
It's a fear of petting something.
PED.
It's still a fear of petting something.
Oh, it's a fear of petting?
Yeah.
Okay, it's fear of children, like pedophile.
Yeah.
You know. Ideaphobia.
Ideaphobia? I have an idea what it is.
Maybe it's idiophobia.
It's fear of ideas. You had an idea and you're scared of it.
Yes. Yeah, like we had the idea to start this show.
It's pretty scary.
It's pretty scary. But we overcome that fear.
Did we?
Obviously.
Did we?
Okay. Now this one, if you had this and one of our previous phobias we've mentioned, this one would be very, very difficult to overcome. Graphophobia.
Graphophobia.
Yes.
This is like the fear of geometry class.
No.
Yeah.
Let's go back and think of some of the ones we've already discussed.
It's a fear of a zoo animal with a long neck. I'm really afraid of giraffes.
No.
Oh.
No. Let's go back to the first one, logphobia, the fear of words.
The fear of fallen trees.
You remember the question that we asked about if that only applies to spoken words?
Mm-hmm. Is this like the fear of song lyrics?
It's the fear of handwriting.
Ah.
So if you suffer from both logphobia and graphophobia,
you'll have to type
you can neither tell or write.
So your therapist is like, what seems to be the problem? And you just like, you could have sent him a text message.
I guess so. All right. Let's see.
Except when he asks you the problem, you're probably going to go hide in the corner.
Let me skip through a few of these. Now this one would be a very, very unfortunate one to have if you were single. You're a single male.
Fear of being a single male.
Calignephia. Yeah. It's CALIGYNE phobia. So colonphobia?
Where's the word?
Maybe it's colonphobia?
Calignophobia?
Calignophobia, maybe?
I don't know. It's probably the fear of calligraphy. So if you see someone writing and their pen is sweeping a little much, that's it. You're done.
He might be onto something with this one. It actually, in many cases, does involve being afraid of curvy things.
It's like the fear of fat people.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. The fear of beautiful women.
Oh,
Which in some cases.
I thought you meant overly
curves.
curvy. Yeah,
Right.
okay. Gotcha.
So let's see.
Not that curvy means fat. I'm just my bad.
I hinted at this one a little bit earlier. Ecclesiophobia.
This is the fear of the book of Ecclesiastes.
Yeah, once again, you're being just a little too specific, though.
Oh, it's the fear of
Where might you read such a book?
the chair in my living room.
Right. Where might you gather with other people also reading from this book?
The couch on my living room.
Good one.
Thanks.
Or at church if you wanted to meet with more than 2
Gotcha.
or 3 other people.
Yeah.
It's the ecclesiophobia is the fear of church.
Hmm.
Yeah. Probably a lot of people out there that will use this as an excuse for why they
We've
don't
just
attend
given
church.
you a sad excuse for
Right.
not going to church.
Right. We both attend church regularly.
Right.
But we know people who don't, and now we've just given them a way out. And be like,
Don't
I
be-
really, really want to, but I'm an ecclesiophobe.
Don't be an ecclesiophobe.
Don't be an ecclesiophobe. Okay. Domatophobia.
Domatophobia. This is the fear of bald people.
No.
If you see the dome, you're like, I see your dome. It's not happening.
I'm
Back
out
up.
running away, dust behind me. No. You don't have this one.
Okay.
Cathissophobia. Cathissophobia. Cathisophobi. No E. This one could go together with another one you're not suffering from. So we have cathissophobia and domatophobia.
I think together they're a fear of bald Catholic people.
Yes. So domatophobia is the fear of houses or being in a house.
Mm.
We are currently in a house, so obviously neither of us suffers from this.
Right.
And
That or we suffer through it.
the other is the fear of sitting down.
Mm.
And unless you think that we both just have really, really strong lower body muscles, or we're just naturally this tall and are actually standing, then we obviously don't suffer from fear of sitting.
We are sitting down in a house.
All right. Let me look. Let's see. You've joked about this almost. Anglophobia.
Anglophobia. This is a fear of angles.
No.
Like if something's too pointy, you're like, ugh, angular.
No. It's not angles. It's Anglo. You know what an Anglo is, right?
Like you. Is that what you're getting at?
Anglophobia. Fear of England, English people, English culture, etc.
Yeah. Well, he's not really English, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure that Anyway.
Not important.
Not important. Chromatophobia.
It's the fear of Google's search, their browser, whatever the thing. It's the fear of Google's browser.
It's actually the fear of Chrome on your vehicle, specifically.
Mm.
Not really. It's not actually that. Chromatophobia is actually the fear of money.
Apparently, I have that.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess if you don't have money, you might say that's why, because you're apparently afraid of it. All right. Let me see. So we find one more. We'll do one last one.
Last one. Let's get this. So I'm going to get this one. So give me a good one. I'm going to get this
I'm going to give you two.
one. Okay. I'm going to get this one too.
Rupophobia and... Okay, I'm just going to give you rupophobia because I can't pronounce the other one.
Just kidding.
Rupophobia.
Rupophobia. This is a fear of Russian money in particular. Isn't Russian money rubles? Ruples? Don't they use ruples?
I'm not sure. I've never actually been to Russia.
Me neither.
So I've never had to, exchange my currency for theirs.
This is the fear of Russian money.
No.
Oh.
Now, it could be related if it was money exchanged for things that are illegal, because that money would be what? That money would be dirty money.
It's the fear of dirt.
It's the fear of dirt.
Oh.
All right. So now that you've learned a little bit about some new phobias maybe you haven't heard of, or maybe you had these phobias and you did know what they were, would like maybe for you to put those in the comments. Tell us about phobias that you have, for other weird phobias that you know about.
Be sure to like this video, and like Joe said, be sure to leave us some comments, and be sure to share it. If you enjoyed this, show it to some other folks. Support us a little, spread us around.
Yep, we would certainly appreciate it.
All right.
On that note, goodbye.
See ya.